I am alive. I like this song.
There's a man on TV at a desk in a suit. He lies through his teeth and they still call it the news. And there's a man in a white coat whose medicine kills. He loves when you're sick cause you pay for his pills. There's a man at the bank who will give you a loan so that you'll buy a house and then he'll take your home. There's a man who wants you spending your life online. Those are searching for truth but controls what you find. We'll be fine, babe, if we don't make it through. There's a man in church who I really hope told me the truth. Said there's a man in the sky watching over me and you. It don't help if you can fly, it's way past the moon. And there's men here on the ground that just want to burn it down. They want money, they want power, don't want no one else allowed. We'll be fine, babe, I'll be the man for you. There's a man in a court sworn to uphold the law, but he's crooked as a fence post and don't do his job. There's a man in a classroom who should know the facts, but he's brainwashing kids, teaching English and math. There's a man in your phone who hears everything you say. He knows everywhere you go, every joke you ever made. There's a man with a bloodline that owns the whole world. Every airplane and building and gold brick and pearl. Will be fine, babe.
Anyhow, enough of that. I like that song. Figured I'd just go ahead and play it, start this off, and then change my background here to a more suitable background. And see about what anyone wanted to talk about. I'm kind of bored. It's Thursday night. Or is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. God, I hope it's Wednesday. I got to put my taxes up tomorrow. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah, so, boring Wednesday. Heard some stuff I wanted to talk about. I already forgot about it. Other than there's I don't know what you guys are thinking about this crypto thing, but seems like it might be a good time to buy what they call on the dip. I'm looking to do that here shortly myself. Hopefully, I'm actually looking more at stocks for a longer term over crypto. Crypto short term. Crypto says, Travis says he goes crypto, take profits, throw them into silver, do the silver run. What's up, Jess? Do the silver run and then fucking purchase a house because the housing market will crash, and it all should be done by the beginning of Q3. There's 3 cycles, not done, but to take maximum advantage of profitability of surfing the wave, going from cycle to cycle, starting off with crypto cycle, running into the precious metal cycle, then running into the housing crash cycle, taking profits and carrying them over from, multiplying them through each cycle. And with the housing crash, I again found myself looking at houses on Zillow in the Alabama area, and man, I'm only 56, fixing to be 57 in April. I'm going to be taking my early retirement this year. I'll get about $800, and I'm looking at houses down there, 3, 4 bedroom, 1, 2 bath on a few acres, 2, 3 acres, between 90,000 to 130,000, which my early retirement is going to get me about 800, 850 a month after all taxes. Well, with taxes might not come out of it. So, but with taxes coming out, it'll be $800, and that'll cover a mortgage of 120,000, which is more than enough for a 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 3 bedroom, 2 bath on a few acres in the area I want to go to. And I'm not even eligible for Social Security, so I'll have to find something to do. But all my mortgage will be covered, and I won't have to worry about it. From my understanding of life, that seems to be the biggest problem every month. Some people coming up with a mortgage. So I figure if I can retire early and not have that problem in life, I'm ahead. And then I can start focusing on other things. And of course, if I can put $10,000 to $20,000 down on the house, it even, the house payment goes down. And then my early retirement covers the house bill and utilities. Then I'm really set, and I'll be down in the Southeast where I can have fun. Actually, I'll be making more money than God, but hopefully. Because the buying power of the dollar down there, if I get a 24% increase in buying power heading from California to Alabama, just because of the lack of taxes and regulation that prevent you from being able to spend your money on a purchasing power event in here in California over Alabama. As usual, links pinned on the top. If anyone wants to come up, chit chat. And then I saw Chess. Chess Stacker has a channel, so I know he's not shy. He should come up. Give a shot. Let's talk about some stuff. Sorry, I'm getting some tea right now. And as per normal, I just found out today, oddly enough, I called one of my business agents and, silver will run. Trust me, it'll run. Called one of my business agents early this morning. He didn't answer his phone. He was in a meeting. About an hour later, he happened just to accidentally, I guess, butt dial me. And I heard part of that meeting. And it's a PLA job in Napa for the last couple of months. And that's a job I've been waiting for. A job. That's not the job, but that's a job I was looking to get. Actually, I wanted to get on that 27-story down in Berkeley that's going to be starting. But I am going to be 57 soon, and I really don't want to fucking work hard. And the PLA jobs are basically old guy jobs. You know, it's like a token position. I'll be there as a token iron worker for 3 to 4 months. And it just so happens it's going to be in the worst downturn where everyone's starting to feel pain. I'll actually have a fucking job. So I'll be making, I'll make out real well. Because as all this crash shit happens, I'll have money coming to invest. And then I'll get laid off towards the end of the bad times. So I'll come out pretty okay. But I've been positioning myself to be okay during economic hard times, for which we are going to be going through. And I've been telling people for years how to prepare for it. I know the economic ninja. He's bought everything I've said to buy. When I say buy silver, platinum, crystallized osmium, as soon as I met the man, he looked at me. They didn't look at me. We chit chatted online a little bit. Next thing you know, he bought some crystallized osmium. As a matter of fact, the day I actually met him in person, he bought a good chunk of 10 millimeter round of crystallized osmium, and he had already bought 20 ounces of platinum. Lord knows how much silver he already has. He's rolling in silver. So because of me, he got 2 of the 3 things I said, because he saw the advantageousness of the products for which I'm shilling. I guess it's not really shilling because I don't make no money off of it, but you guys will if you have to buy them, and they're still real cheap, especially platinum. And I would very seriously look at that, because South Africa's fixing to lose control of the platinum market, and next country that's got a platinum mine that opens up is pretty much going to be controlling the platinum market. I know that doesn't sound like much, but it's a dynamic shift of control of a necessary resource, in-ground resource, that, quite frankly, America is going to control the production of, because South Africa, in about 3 years, every one of their platinum mines out there is going to be out of business. And the Canadian platinum mine that's going to be mining starting spring is going to be the largest and pretty much most plentiful, easy to obtain platinum on the planet. So all these years I've been saying, BRICS has 85% of control of the platinum market. Well, South Africa used to have 70% of that. So if that Canadian company that's got the new platinum mine, if they can pull out a couple million ounces a year, they are going to steal the platinum. They're going to dominate the platinum market. And that changes the dynamics. What's up, Joe? That changes the dynamics of everything out there as far as the platinum market goes. And at that point in time, and if my assertion is correct that the Chinese are manipulating the price of platinum, this spring, when platinum comes out of the ground from the North American continent, that manipulation will have officially broke. And that means the price of platinum will fly. Well, one you need to get is I'll put it down here in the chat. That one right there, it's about 4 cents a share, and within 2 to 3 years, it'll probably be paying $1 a dividend per share, because that's the company that's going to control. It's going to be the platinum provider to the world, and their stock's going to go through the roof. They're going to be making so much damn money because the price of platinum is going to go up, and they're going to pay dividends. So for every share you have of that Clean Air Metals, it'll pay 25 cents, 50 cents, soon $1 for every share. And you can buy those shares right now for 4 or 5 cents. So you can get about 20 shares per dollar, 200 shares for $10, 2,000 shares for $100. What's up, Hunter? If you have 1,000 shares and it ends up paying $1 a dividend, you got 1,000 shares for $100 or something like that. And you're getting $1,000 dividend a year, paid 5 times your profit margin from here till eternity. Oh, I would definitely check them out, Chess. I mean, it's not a crypto play, but I guarantee it within, this is not financial advice at all, but throw a couple $100 at that one and just let it sit. And in 2 years, if it's not over $1, which means you'll have already 20x your money, sell it. But I guarantee you'll probably 20x your money in that by the end of 2025. And that's only taking it from 4 cents to $1. And then from there, it's going to go up to, well, Impala Mines, when they were the world's second largest platinum producer on the planet, their stock was at like 45 to $50 a share. So you can anticipate that stock, Clean Air Metals, within 3 to 5 years, it'll be $40 to $50 a share. So get as many thousands of them as you can right now. It's a nice little retirement plan. Get rid of 500 every year at $50 a pop. Or even 100 of them. 100 at $50 a pop is 50, 500, it's 50,000. So you can get rid of 500 a year for 10 years and get 50,000 a year. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with that stock, with the way it's going to be going. And I'm going to pick some up. I'd like to pick up about 1 million shares, actually. Because if they pay $1 a dividend in 2 or 3 years and you have 1 million shares, well, fuck, you're a millionaire by proxy. You're what is it? It'll be your what is that called? Passive income will make you a millionaire. That's intelligent. If you can find a way for your passive income to make you $1 million a year, yeah, baby. Right now, 1 million shares worth $4,000. Get you 1 million shares. Within 5 years, you'll be the happiest person on the planet. I'm looking to go that right. Soon I have this job in a couple months, hopefully a month or two, maybe. It'll last for 3 or 4 months, man. By then, they won't be taking out federal tax. That means I'll be bringing home close to $2,000 a week. And with $2,000 a week, I guarantee I'll be throwing $1,500 a week at investments. So it takes $4,000 to get 1 million of those shares. That's 3 weeks of work. I'll have 1 million of those shares. This year, I am going to fucking skyrocket. My buddy Jerry doesn't think I can do it. He thinks I'm aiming too high, but I've been setting this shit up for a while. I have several means and methods this year that are going to, if not pay off this year, will be leading to pay off in the millions of dollars. Right on. Hey, another one you want to look at is, what is it? MJNA, I think it is. Hold on, let me double check that. I don't want to mislead you guys. Bookmarks. Let's see, where am I at here? MJNA, that's it. MJNA. Look at that stock there. That stock right there broke out on the stock market at $340 a share. It's now like you can get 3 shares per penny. They're medical marijuana. As soon as this president mentions that he's going to fulfill his first presidential campaign promise of making medical marijuana legal nationwide. That stock of MJNA, that one right there, it'll have the potential to go back up to $340 per share. You can get it for like 3 or 4 shares per penny right now. I suggest throwing $100 at that. No, I don't suggest. This is not financial mess. I will throw a couple $100 at that one myself. We'll see how it plays out. I pretty much guarantee that'll be one I sell as it goes up. What's up, Finn? You know, if I get a couple 10, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 shares of that MJNA stock, you know, it's like I said, it's like 1/3 of a penny per share. Once it gets up to $1, I'll start dumping that just, you know, to have money. That's why I'm buying that one. I'll be buying stocks for different reasons. Some of them I'll be buying for dividends, you know, more of a passive income later on in life. Some I'll be buying so I can turn around and sell for income to do other projects, whatever. So my dynamics of research on these companies are for different purposes. I research companies for dividend stocks. I look for the best ones that are pennies on the dollar now, that historically that market for market leaders would pay dividends. And it's speculative, no doubt, because it's future forecasting. But, you know, that's how I look at it for that segment of my diversified income portfolio. Another segment I look at is profitability of share sales. How much increase of value potential does that share have? To do that, what I do is I look at its high when it first got listed. What was it? And it depends on how far down it's dropped, how long down it's been there. There's different criteria I look at for each one of these, and very few of them make the grade. But the ones that make the grade, I've told you about 2 of them here tonight: the Cleaner Metals and MJNA. So I could almost, with 95% certainty, say they will be very, very, very prosperous investments. Hold on, let me get some milk in my tea. I'll be back in 3 seconds. 5 seconds. And as soon as they get the okay from Ninja, of course, other people will be dropping his picks that he just released the other day, his 4th pick. We have 7 days. We're not allowed to talk about it while other people invest in it along with ourselves. And if we can't invest in it, get other people we know to invest in it. Hello, people in the chat that I've already spoke with about this. So the next couple of days, probably probably around the 1st or the 2nd next month, I'll be able to tell you which crypto looks like it's going to be going up, and it'll probably go up very, very fast, and then, you know, plateau, come down like they all do. But it'd be a great chance 10-20x money. Not I can't guarantee anything, but just the mere FOMO of shit going into it, and the fact that it's actually a use case, it's got a good use case to it, is a good thing. Sorry, I'm taking a hit. Well, I lost everybody. Nobody wants to have anything else to talk about. Chess, if you're still here, what is that stock? What is their function? What is the company's mandate? What do they do? What do they build? What do they create? What do they make? What do they sell? What's the lowdown? Yeah, right, Finn. No, that's what's called a meme coin. Those now hold on now a second. Serious talk here. Those coins you can make shitloads of money real fast on that type of coin. But know this, it's all bullshit. There's nothing real to it. It's fucking straight up Vegas gambling. That's all that meme coin is. Now, if you want something that's the exact opposite of that, there's 3 that I know for a fact that all have good use cases. They're solid. They've made it through 2 or 3 halvings. They ain't going nowhere. You can buy them and guarantee you they're going to be stable and only go up. But those aren't ones that you're gonna make crap loads of money. And well, XLM, it pulled a XRP about a month, 6 weeks ago. My friend Kevin the Weed Man, moderator for Ninja, I told him about it, and he was he took great advantage of it went up like 7x in like 2 days. And I told him to get rid of some of it and let it go down and buy some more. Typical story. But then the XRP ran. Now it's down again. So that's just how it goes. It happens every 4 years. You prepare for it. Well, Finn, everyone's got a direction. Everyone's got an audience. He'll draw an audience. The only thing about it is, as I was exactly saying, this happens every 4 years. And for about three and a half years, there's going to be no action on crypto. So if you're starting a company on crypto, unless it's a mining company, if it's a meme coin, your lifespan is very limited as a YouTube show. So he better quickly change back over to gold, silver, and other solid assets if he wants to keep his YouTube show going. And I don't think he actually has that much of a YouTube show left, but I haven't looked. I left him a long time before this happened because, as I've told everyone, I see the future and I get the fuck out of the way. And as everyone here knows who was on Ron's Basement, I was his #1 mod. As a matter of fact, Jake Customs Parts got his mod job because of me. I made him a mod before I left. What's up, Southeast Stacker? And then I left. And when I left, because I saw it coming, I didn't want to be involved with it. He was getting too greedy. And I was like, I don't have nothing. That's a sin. I don't have nothing to do with it. And I backed away like 3 months before all this shit happened with Ron. Yeah, that might have been a good play if it was the right years ago, Chess. But, when I make moves, people might think I'm stupid. And I might be, because I safety first, bro. I cashed out of the stock market last November, like 4 months ago. And the crash hasn't even happened yet. That's how early I am. And then I tell people about shit. And if I ain't got the money to take advantage of it, I don't give a crap. I'll still tell people about it. Yeah, I'm sure it did. Blockbuster. I don't want to bring up anyone's hurt feelings who probably got stunned on that one. Another one, if you guys another long-term, it'll be the Tesla of the nuclear energy sector. And it'll probably be a couple $100 stock within 2 years. And that is, let me put the ticker symbol down. Those boys right there, they're going to be the Tesla of the nuclear energy production of nuclear energy components, small modular reactors and micro reactors, basically. And their stock already doubled in like a week, 3 days, a couple weeks ago, from 22 to like 45. And it'll probably do that again. And within 2 years, it'll probably be what's up, Mike? It'll probably be a $400 or $500 per share stock, but also paying dividends, because that micro nuclear reactor in a segment of their business is what's going to carry their business forward. Because I did a show where Rolls-Royce is actually in the small modular reactor business, because the country of England signed a contract with them about 2 years ago for them to produce a small modular reactor to be delivered for deployment as a power source for a moon base by 2030. So when a country puts out that kind of documentation for you to look at, well, it's serious. And that's, I even started talking more about nuclear energy when I found that out. And that was like 3 years ago. And that's why I also talk about space mining, because who the hell is going to invest millions and tens of millions of dollars for a power source for a moon base without taking full profitability of having something on the moon? refinery. Yeah, that's a good one. You don't have to worry about environmentalists or the environment at all. There is no environment on the moon, so you can refine all kinds of metals and minerals and bulk ship just that mineral back to Earth, where the expense of bringing it down is a lot less than mining it here on Earth. And it will come to a time where that's possible after the infrastructure gets put in. Just like freaking Chevy, what is that? Shell and Phillips 66 gas stations. You know, it was inconvenient till they were showed up everywhere. It'll happen. So, what do you guys think about the nuclear scene? I can tell you some things that are going to happen just because that company NNE and who's buying their micro nuclear reactors. There's going to be a shitload of mines opened up here very, very soon that you're going to hear about probably this year. Probably towards Q3. They're going to start announcing they got micro nuclear reactor. They have no reason to put power lines in for 300-400 miles. So they're opening up a mine here, there, in these remote locations where it was impossible to mine because it would have cost tens of millions of dollars just to get power to that location. Now they don't have to waste that. They can actually save money by only spending $7 million and getting a micronuclear reactor, having it dropped on site. Boom, instant power. And then they can just run some small lines to the next valley over and sell the excess power to another miner or to run their secondary mining operation. Boom, 2 new fucking mines off of a $7 million investment rather than 2 different companies spitting a $30 to $40 million investment per electrical lines, power poles, and all this infrastructure. It's a game changer. No one's even considered. Uranium's it's had its day. It's gone up a lot already, I believe. I don't really keep up with uranium. I don't keep up with the planet Uranus either. Ah ha ha ha. Drum roll. Yeah, I'm not into too many stocks, but the ones like I said, there's not many good ones out there. So I said, not to my standards, but to my standards are ones that I'm going to buy before it doubles overnight and has a future to 10x over the next couple of years, like, well, NNE, Clean Air Metals, MJNA. Oh, here's another one, SFRX. SFRX. Seafarer Explorer, an underwater treasure finding and recovery company. They are perfecting technology right now to where they can go into coral reefs, put a little 6-inch hole in the coral reef and extract all the treasure that the coral reef has grown on top of, for which there is, like several $30-40 billion worth of treasure that coral reefs have grown over and on top of in the Gulf of Mexico alone. And countries have already made it illegal to blow up the coral reefs to get that treasure. That's why that company right there is going to be making a lot of money, because once they perfect their technology, they'll be able to make a 6-inch hole in the coral reef and extract those billions of dollars of treasures and not destroy the reef. And the countries that are along the Gulf of Mexico that have these reefs that don't want them destroyed will allow that company to go in there because they'll get like 10% of the treasure, and they'll keep their natural resource of their natural coral reef for tourism. It's a win-win for every country every country in the world. Actually, will be using that technology. Actually, what it looks like is I did a video on the newest submarine that America's making thousands of. It's called the Manta. It's 34 foot by 34 foot autonomous robotic drone submarine that doesn't use conventional power, so it can't be tracked by radar or sonar or any of this other shit, and it can lay dormant for years on end with having mines and missiles on it. It's really freaking the Chinese out, as well it should. It looks like that, but about a third the size, and it's not filled with weapons and munitions. It's filled with scientific instrumentation and drilling equipment. Well, why the hell were your pants on fire, Joseph? You should notice that shit before it gets to the point of 3rd-degree burns, brother. No, actually, and I did a report on this. I did a show on this too, Mike Herrera. For America to fully transform into a robotic military with very little human autonomy to back it up, or the robots back the humans up, we need G5 internet signal, wireless internet signal all over the world. Thank you, Starlink. So that way we could operate our robotic military around the world on call 24/7. You know, drop off a couple planes with robots and a platoon of Marines, and you have yourself a freaking an army right there in the form of 100 men and 500 mechanized vehicles that are autonomous. But it needs G5. And you start hearing President Trump talk about, oh, we're going to cut defense spending in half. Well, yeah, no, there's 2 ways they can do that. And they're going to hit both of them. One of them, make the hammer, find out where the fraud is for the hammer doesn't cost $200 per hammer. Maybe, knock it down to where it only costs 50. That's, quite a bit of savings. And another way is decrease the amount of humans and replace them with robots. And those 2 things are happening. So when the president says cut the defense budget in half, well, it can be done, and that's $400 trillion a year. And if we only need to save, or 400 billion a year, so if we only need to save $1 trillion a year, that's 40% of it. You cut the Department of Education and 1 or 2 other departments, you got your trillion in savings through cuts. So if you get $1 trillion in savings in cuts, and we only have a $2 trillion a year expenditure budget, and we bring in $5 trillion in taxes, now all of a sudden that $36 trillion debt, you can double pay on it. And we all know what happens if you make double payments on a house. It gets paid off in 1/3 of the time that it's supposed to. So you see how the economy can turn around just on the projection of people seeing that possibility happening? Our economy will boom. So then if you get a booming economy on top of that, more taxes flow. And if you're doing taxes and tariffs an external revenue source, if everyone remembers, for decades, they've said there's $3 to $5 trillion sitting offshore avoiding taxes. Everyone says, go after the rich, go after the rich, go after the rich, go after the rich, go after the rich for taxes, go after the rich. Okay, External Revenue Service goes after the rich for taxes, because there's as much taxable money on offshore accounts that can't be touched by the Internal Revenue Service. That's why there's $3 to $5 trillion sitting in offshore accounts that the External Revenue Service can now tap. So if you do a 15% External Revenue Service, well, 15% of 1 trillion is 150 billion. So if there's 5 of those, that makes it $600 billion a year in revenue extra. So if you cut government expenditure by $1 trillion and you still have a $5 trillion tax income, but it's not coming from the taxpayers, and the taxpayers are actually no longer taxpayers. We get our money and we start spending it. That gains more revenue in sales tax, which the government will get. And the next thing you know, in 4 years, we could have a balanced budget. That is why I said you should vote for Neil Hahn for president of the United States, because I know how to get it done. But I don't have Elon Musk behind me. And quite frankly, we've already got the $1 trillion of new investment. We actually got like $3 trillion worth of new investment. All we need to do is hit $1 trillion in cuts. And next year, inflation number will be 0. Not that prices will come down a lot, but they won't be going up. And pay should start going up at that point in time. Well, you should see a pay increase when we don't have to pay federal tax. So that'll actually give a great, yes, thank you, Mike. That'll give a great boost to the economy, because like I'm looking, I take home about, when I work 40 hours, I take home about 1,500. Without federal tax, I'll take home 2,000 a week. I'll get an extra like 20% of my fucking money. Well, maybe not 20%. Well, about 20, but 18 to 20%. That's a hell of a fucking pay raise. So when I say everyone's going to have a lot more money, it'll be a perceived pay raise by them not stealing it from you and you actually seeing which more of what you earn, then you only have to look at state taxes and see how bad the state's fucking you. Now here in California, it's about 11%. So once we start seeing that, we'll start getting on top of the state and state spending. It'll all work out, guys. It's going to be a lot of pain, but if you see it coming, you should be able to anticipate it and shift and move. Joseph Lopez, man, you need to have a roommate that's like a caregiver look after you, because you seem to get yourself in some positions that are not cool. Nobody should be doing anything that could put them at exposure of fucking getting 30-degree burns. Hey! Sorry, the cats are going at it behind me. That's just not a lifestyle you should be living. You should be living a more conservative lifestyle, looking out for your health and welfare, making better choices and decisions where you don't catch yourself on fire. And if you're getting paid to do it, make sure you get paid more money, or at least get your name in the credits of the movie for being a stuntman. Sorry, I was holding a joke. Smoking lamps on, by the way, guys. I figure one more week, I should be able to get rid of most every freaking speck of dirt in that pile of dirt I had in my backyard. And I've already started rearranging shit. And I'm already looking for small little round tabletops so I can cut part of that tree stub down and use it as a table. And then get a little lighting system out there. And hopefully in about 2 weeks, I'll have that sound bitch looking real nice. Then I'll still have to move the orange tree from the front yard to the backyard. That's going to be a bitch. What's up, Chad? It's about a 10-foot tall orange tree that I'm going to have to dig up and try and keep alive and transplant it into the backyard area. I'll be able to do it. It's just going to be a bitch because the root system, more of a root system on the bigger trees, the better. And I don't know, whatever. I'll get it done. Just do. It's funny how I hardly ever have help when I do this hard shit too, but I always get it done. Willpower, determination, and stubborn stupidity. Actually, it does a lot to get things done. The stubborn stupidity part really works. Tell me it can't be done, I'll be the first one to motherfucking do it. What do you mean it can't be done? Check this shit out. Boom! 420, baby! Right on. Indoors is good. I'm going to start my weed plants germinating them tomorrow to where, yeah, they'll be indoor growing. I'll get them about 8 to 10 inches tall, maybe a foot tall, before I put them out in the ground first week of April. So I'll have about a foot head start. And I'll cut down the fava beans that are now deploying nitrogen directly into the soil where I'll plant these. And I'll add azospirillum and micros to the root system. And then I'll buy a few tomato plants and throw a few tomato plants around there. And this year, I'm also going to add canis lily around them because and also add azospirillum and micros to the root system of those as well. Because all three of those plants are symbiotic. And each and every one of those plants pulls different things out of the air. And if the root system's hooked up through the micro fungi network, they share resources. Because what I'm doing this year is I'm hoping to get bigger plants than I had last year. Last year's plants was about 8 foot tall. So I'm going to shoot for a 10 to 12 footer this year, see what happens. I'm sure you would, Chad. No, that's good. I'm been here in this planet 56 years. Most everything I've always done by myself. It's a norm. It's not a burden. That's why I look at things differently. Because I look at things like, okay, how can you do this yourself? Because you know no one's gonna step up. And whatever. Like I said, I get the shit done. I'm gonna get this cush job here, hopefully in Napa in the month, maybe. Hopefully it'll last 3 or 4 months, and that's going to boot everything off, man. All my investments are going to be taken off. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be in time to take too much advantage of the crypto thing, but I'll definitely get a couple 100 ounces of silver before it gets up to 50. Yeah, probably up to 40, actually. And watch it run. Hopefully it gets into 3 figures. And save about 5 or 10,000 for a down payment, which should be about 6 weeks. Wait for that house to collapse a little bit more, get down to about 110 to 10,000 down. I'll be looking at about $550 a month payment, which means my early retirement will cover the house payment and all the utilities. And I won't even be living there. I'll still be out here working. I'll be getting my fund money together. And my move money. It's going to take I'm going to have to buy like a fucking short bus, not a big yellow bus, but like a short bus, or, you know, one of those shorter ones. Take out all the seats and put in like 24 3 foot by, what was it? 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot little cat containment areas to where I can have a. How many do I need? I need 6 doubled up on each side of that little bus. And then I'll get all the cats that I can get in there, and then get a little trailer to tow my car and my B trailer. And then my ass is moving. Dude, Mike, I still have shit drying. I haven't, matter of fact, my process still is I haven't gone into the jars anymore. I'm still in the jars cure, and all this shit that's hanging in the other room, I'm just pulling straight off the freaking limb and leafing it and crushing it up and smoking it. I figured it'll probably be another, let's see, March. It'll probably be April before I start hitting these bottles, which is good timing, which means I actually will have kept enough to get me through the whole year where I haven't had to buy any, and I'm still able to sell, you know, about half pound, you know, spending money here and there. Mike, what state are you in? Because come freaking November, I'm gonna need help trimming. I always fucking hate trimming. Trimming sucks. Give an ounce a pound on trimming. Come out here and trim a pound, you get an ounce for free. Hey, be nice. Sorry, the cats are being stupid with each other. But yeah, it would cost you too much to come down here, bro. But if you just happen to be down here for vacation or something and want to pick up some ounces, come November, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Take a couple hours or however long it'll take you to. Let me tell you right now, dude, when you trim my shit, it ain't like trimming other people's shit, man. To this, just yesterday when I was in there and those limbs that I was pulling off, my fucking hands, I dealt with like 6 buds pulling it off the stem and then pulling the leaves off, and my fingers, and then I cropped these things out last October. That shit's sticky as freaking hellfire, man. And that's another thing. I mean, it's a good thing, but seriously, it's a bitch. It is. I mean, yeah. I do one thing for the buds. First week of budding, you add as much phosphate as you can to the soil. It increases the THC or the trichomes, not the THC. The THC will be whatever it is, but the volume of THC by the amount of trichomes you have will be 5 times greater than if you don't hype up the plant with the phosphates in the first week of the sign of budding. It really makes a huge difference at the end when you crop out. the quality and oh man, the quality is such that you'll be smoking less because it's hard to roll up in a joint. It's so sticky. That's one reason why I do bowls, because it was just, it'll tear up a piece of paper, tear up your freaking rolling machine, it'll tear up everything. Very, very sticky shit. I have actually, that's what I'll do. I'll hook up for Sunday. I have this little electronic magnifying glass type thingy. And it goes to a screen. It's like a 3x6 screen. And I'll try and hook it up. Try and throw a bud up underneath there and get a good signal, good picture, so you guys can see the actual trichomes and see what the hell I'm talking about. Because most of the time you get your trichomes, they'll be on the actual bud, and that's it. And the leaf usually doesn't have trichomes. But when I grow, my leaves have not as much trichome as the bud, but they have more trichomes than most people's bud. And those are my leaves. I got people crying to get a hold of my trim. I want to make hash. I want to make hash. Because the trichomes, when you make cold water extraction hash, you use the clippings and shaved ice, and you slowly stir it around. And what that does is it knocks off the extra trichomes on the leaf. So when the leaves are more heavily filled with trichomes, you actually get more hashish when you do your cold water extraction. And my shit is very good for that. I don't do it because it's time consuming and bitch and whatever. I mean, maybe one day I'll do a 7-bag cold water extraction system for hash, but not today. My clippings are always good for that because they're high resin count. Yeah. Matter of fact, nah, you can't do it now. Well, maybe I could. Let me see if this thing's got power. Or if I have to plug it in. Yeah, I got it. Nope. This might work. Okay, let me see. So, freaking lights. Maybe I can use this light. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, this is going to look kind of like freaking Doc Brownish of me. Hold on, let me. Come on. Settle in there. Oh, this ain't working. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now I need to just spin this around. Show you. Oh, shit. All right, let me take this Band-Aid off this camera. Get this. Hold on, bear with me, guys. You're going to see some cool shit here in a second. Let me get rid of the settings, virtual background, none. All right. Okay. Try to get it closer to y'all here. Put some over here. Maybe. Hold on with me now. Damn it, I had it when I was doing it the other way. So you can kind of see it. Maybe it's where I have the light. Maybe this is too powerful, the light. Hold on a second here. Oh, there we go. You really can't see it, though. So, shit, I wish you guys could see that better. I'll do it different another time. But anyhow, the trichomes look like, well, up there, you're up in Washington. You know that tower you have that has the, it's a space tower or something like that. That's what trichomes look like. They're, maybe get a magnifying glass. Let's see if maybe this will work. Nah, you really can't see it. This thing here is loaded with trichomes. I wish I had a better setup for that thingamajigger I just showed you guys. Let's see here. Chong has a let me get it here. Maybe friends. Cool stuff. I think I put in cool stuff. Tommy Chong, boom. Yeah. More effective CDB oil Tommy Chong has out. Let's see what he says about it here. Oh, I tell you what. Hold on a second here. Green. No, that's not it. Present. Share screen. There we go. Now you guys can see this. It's Tommy Chong CDB. He claims it's 8 times stronger. Noticeable pep in my step. Now that's true. If you have a good CDB, fuck that. CDB, you can feel it within 20 minutes in muscles and joints and stuff like that. Everything he's saying. But yeah, it's Tommy Chong, a CDB oil. Kind of cool. A self-rolled cigarette's not a joint. I'm smoking this stuff, yeah. You guys think I got the little beard thingy going? Little line right here. All this shaved up underneath here, shave right here. A little bit of shave all this crap right here. Let's get a line going, keep this shit. I do this every now and then. Eventually I'll like shave part of this to where I have long bangs and I only have like a goatee and shit with all this open. And then I'll separate this to where I have the goatee and separate mustache, and I'll take the goatee off and leave the mustache. Then I'll shave the mustache off. Then I'll cut my hair, and then I'll do it all over again. Don't see a reason for fucking long hair, actually. That's because you don't smoke enough of it. Actually, let me see if I can find this real quick. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, this is for all you fools out there that don't think that freaking we should be smoking weed. This right here, it says, let me get back over here to make sure you guys see this. Okay, you can't see it that good. Sorry about that. Let's see, go full screen layout. Maybe you can see that a little better. It says the cannabinoid receptor. My question I wrote was, and it says here, these are the results for what is the cannabinoid receptor in your brain, and what this is it. Now cannabinoid, that's weed, cannabinoid in your brain of every human on the planet. They have a cannabinoid receptor in your brain. It's called the CB1. It is part of the endocannabinoid system. CB1 receptors are found throughout the brain, especially in the cerebellum, basal gland, and hippocampus. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Argue with that scientific fact, huh? Doesn't that suck? It's like right back up here, you have the perfect receptor for if you smoke this. Weed. You got a cannabis. This is cannabis. This is cannabis. It's got cannabinoids in it. You have cannabinoid receptors right here. The way you get this to those is you either eat it, which I don't like, or you smoke it. Medical fact, can't beat it. Sorry, everyone's hate it. Government doesn't want to recognize it. Well, you know what? The government doesn't want to cure cancer either, but you can. So trust your government, right? Hey, what? All-nighters here? Holy cow. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Putting down the home-rolled cigarette. Picking up the homegrown dope. Oh, I want to tell you, all-nighter, since that's why I called you earlier. You might find that what the game that the court system plays, if they don't want to fuck with you, is they'll keep delaying your trial. Or delay, yeah, well, if it's trial or your hearing or whatever, they'll keep delaying it. Because I had a case, these guys, 2023, 2022, something like that. I was working at a 7-Eleven. A friend of mine owned a couple of them, and I needed to get my social skills up because I was being too much of an asshole as an iron worker. So I was working graveyard Friday and Saturday night. Ended up some guys coming with some guns and whatnot. So I had to testify. I went there 5 freaking times. I took off from work, went to the freaking courthouse, and I get there, and they said, oh, it's been delayed. Oh, it's been canceled. And I was like, hey, check this out. Oh, you guys just cost me a week fucking pay, and this is your legal strategy to get the poor man not to testify against a criminal. So I at that time, it was a personal decision I made not to go and testify. But when the guys, after they ran out of 7-Eleven with the 2 weapons, which said weapons charge and theft and all this, they actually ran from the Concord PD and actually ran one of them off the road. So they had a couple felony charges way above the gun charges that I would have gotten them on. So I was like, you know, you guys are going to be good. The cops will show up because they get paid to show up for court. I didn't get paid to show up for court. And the strategy they used was, hey, let's bankrupt this motherfucker and keep changing the dates and not tell him until 30 minutes before. Well, me at work, I had to give my boss a couple days notice. And if it changes 30 minutes before, I lose a day's work. I had to go to court. That means I lost my gas, bridge toll, all this other crap. It's like, man, they're trying to kill you. Yeah, the games are definitely real, bro. The games are definitely real. Oh, you ain't got to worry, but don't ever apologize. I'm not, I mean, if you don't, there's no reason to answer. You've got a life, bro. I'm not the most important thing in anyone's life. Yeah, but that's a strategy that the lawyers play And they win a lot of the time in that strategy, knocking out witnesses just through attrition, because you don't have the freaking money to fucking keep taking off work. Your boss gets pissed at you. You get fired for taking off too many days. But it's not legal for them to do that, so they find another reason to do that. You still get laid off, fired. You know, it's I remember a time when lawyers weren't a dime a dozen, and America was a better place. Matter of fact, you were hard pressed to find a lawyer. And then all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch of lawyers. All the laws get fucked up. Anyone make that correlation? Yeah. Each one of those little smug lawyers wants to make a name for themselves, finds a loophole, makes it precedent, fucks up everything that used to run half-assed smoothly. That's what's happened. Everyone get a law degree. Everyone get a law degree in the 80s. Oh, become a lawyer, become a doctor, become a lawyer, become a doctor, become a lawyer, become a doctor. The fuck? Why not a mechanic and a fucking business owner? Now we're loaded down with freaking lawyers. They ain't even got jobs, man. There's lots of lawyers. Matter of fact, about 6 years ago, I redid this house called the Krugel House down in Berkeley. It was a remodel. We had 3 months because it was summer semester. It's a student rental house now. It's like 34 units. It had 3 fireplaces in it because it's a 4-story house. So every floor except for the top floor had a fireplace in it. And these guys were separating it out, giving certain square footage per room, charging between $900 and $1,100 a month for the square footage of this room. And so I came in. I knew the owner. I was like, man, why don't you get rid of these fireplaces, bro? You could add fucking 1 more room per floor. You know, with basically another $2,700 a month for 9 months out of the year. He goes, yeah, but how are we going to get rid of them? So he had hired someone to take care of the job. And he got frustrated. He brought me down there with him one day. And this cat had 3 scientists sitting there discussing how they were going to build some sort of elaborate slide system to where as they took one brick off, they could slide it down their elaborate system, which they hadn't even wasted money on building yet. This wasted a whole day of time not doing nothing but talking about. So when I got there, I looked at him, and Alex, guy who's running the job, he's like, yeah, these 3 guys are scientists. And John, the owner, guy brought me down. I looked at him, I was like, really? Scientist? I said, you guys are fired. We don't need scientists, we need laborers. And you've had a whole day here, and all you've done is talk about some elaborate slide system. And I grabbed a small hammer, sledgehammer, it was a 3-pounder. I says, this is how you fucking do it. And I'm going to get more done in 1 minute than you guys did in a total of 24 man hours, 3 of you 8 hours a day. I went up there and I hit it, knocked the brick off, went to the window, threw it out. I said, that's it, you all fired. And John just fucking laughed. So he paid me to take these 3 fireplaces down, and he makes an extra, what's he, 9 times 3, 2,700. He makes an extra $24,000 every year because of what I did for him. That's why I'm here living for free, because this is his house. And every year he makes $24,000 because of what I did for him. And all his guys, all his great money, high dollar contractors, all this other crap, none of them could fucking do shit. I get in there within 2 months. I took down 3 4-story, 4 floors of bricks, 3 fireplaces all the way up, and I filled the freaking roof where it penetrated, and I re-sanded all the freaking hardwood floors in 2 months. The other guy, he'd have never got it done in 3-month time schedule. There's people just don't have the balls to make a decision and get stuff done. Hey, anyone want to come up here? I got it pinned at the top. I know All Nighter's not shy. You're a little bit better looking than me, actually, so you shouldn't feel fucking shy. Comparatively, you'll be the best looking one up here. I don't know what the other guys look like, but you're all welcome. You know, you can always fucking throw up one of those little avatar thingies, or you could just turn off all the lights. That way, all you see is the robot eyes. I am Killer Ray. I am Killer Ray. I am Killer Ray. I am not a number. I'm a man. Sorry. It looks like freaking robot glasses in the dark. But I can't read the chat without them, so maybe I'll have to give you that stern Darth Vader. Luke, I am your father. So I can keep the glasses at a certain angle. Because if I keep them at this angle, y'all screwed. So I got to keep them at this angle, but it makes me look more like I'm down talking people just because I lower my head. But I'm not doing. I guess I could do this, but now I look like fucking Uncle Tom. Fuck it, huh? Smeagol. Where's my precious? Where's my precious? I want my precious. Speaking of which, man, I actually have a precious. I found while gardening. Where the fuck is this? Oh, there it is. I found that is a 925 silver, but I also found this ring. And this it's a fucking it's like 1.25 gram of gold maybe, and there's some small freaking jewel up in there. It's actually real. You can see the color off. It's not. It's a real. I think it's a real diamond, but not sure. That's it, man. You had me laughing so hard. I've got to fucking take another hit. It is hump day. At least where I'm at. I like the old banned cartoons. They're the Looney Tunes. They actually banned them. They said they're too violent. I grew up on that shit, man. That was hella funny. Some fuck yeah, it was violent. It made us tough, man. We'd go crying to mom saying we wanted to go pee in the girls' room. And you gotta laugh. Yosemite Sam beating the freaking elephant. When I says whoa, wham, and he hits the elephant, I means whoa. And then the elephant stops and he fucking flew into the freaking wall. And Bugs Bunny's looking down at him. He's got sign them and us. And Bugs Bunny was the them, and Yosemite Sam was the us. Hell of a cartoon. Hell of a cartoon. Right on, Mike. Yeah, man, Wealth of Nations, man. Bugs Bunny rocked, especially when he was with Yosemite Sam or Marvin the Martian. Oh my God, that dude talks like Marvin the Martian's like gets thrown in jail. He talks about plutonium-238. Don't say that online. That's nuclear shit, man. The Feds come looking all over a cartoon. Marvin the Martian. I want my plutonium-238. Yeah, all those are bad cartoons nowadays, unfortunately. We're not allowed to have them. The funny ones, the good ones. Instead of the Wealth of Nations, it should be I Wealth of Nations. So that way we can write down, instead of hey won, we can write down I won. Yes, I 100% agree. Looney Tunes were the best, and of that, Bugs Bunny took the show by a close. Roadrunner, Yosemite Sam, the Shepherd Dog. Oh my God, that one was hilarious. And then Foghorn Leghorn, dude, that dude. And was that little baby chicken, the genius chicken, that would like not Yosemite Sam, Foghorn Leghorn would go hide somewhere over here, and then this little chicken would go over here with a shovel and dig up Foghorn, who was hiding over there. It was like hella funny. And then you had the chicken hawk. I'm a chicken hawk, and you're a chicken, and I'm not gonna eat you. Holy cow, I just got a notification from my live stream. I think I'm going to show up. Hey, Gerald's back. Hey, but what's the front like? Everyone tells you they're back. They're like, hey, I'm back. What's wrong with the front? What are you guys yelling at? I got the window cracked over here. So if you see some cats like swatting at the window. They're swatting at the window. And the other cat's on the outside enjoying and doing the same thing. Time to light the cigarette back up. Yeah, that's the them and the us one, wasn't it? Or was that No, that had to be the Hessian ones because Yosemite Sam was on the elephant, so he would have been the Hessian in that one attacking Bugs Bunny. He was in the fort with the flag said, one of them said them and the other one said them and they or something like that. I don't remember, them and us, something like that. Hella funny. It'd be cool if they were back on Saturday morning. Yeah, all night. And we'll be right back. We and they. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, those were violent, man, supposedly. I thought they were funny as shit. I used to wake up early to watch them shows, and then I'd do my chores. So they did their job by keeping kids out of mom and dad's hair on Saturday morning. I think it was us and them, because I remember them in there, and that's why I thought it was them and they. But yeah, I think us and them is what it is. And the Yosemite Sam was us, obviously, because he was the aggressor, the egotistical one. Yeah, I don't do. The only song I do here is that one from I did at the beginning of this show, and my last live stream was that McDonald's one. I don't recall his first name right off the bat, and I'll give the explanation for why I don't remember his name right now. I think it's John or Tim or Jim McDonald. Now I got that song in my head. Thanks, All Nighter. Actually, I think is it Jane's Addiction? No, I don't have that one in my head. Now I've got to Google it, damn you. That means I got to turn my light on so I can see what the hell I'm typing. Yeah, I didn't want to say these. Yeah, okay, Nine Inch Nails. That's what I thought it was. I'm totally thinking about another song. Turn the lights back off. Yeah, I was thinking that not Sex is Round. I was thinking, Oh, I Fuck You Like an Animal. 9 Inch Nails is going through my head. Yeah, see, I didn't want to type it out. Yeah, it's a 9 Inch Nails song. Kind of like Hurt, that Johnny Cash showed him how it had to be done. For which, neighbor boy next door still ain't got up with me. He's on tour right now. He's leaving again Saturday. He came back yesterday. He's leaving Saturday, so rehearsing right now. But after his tour shits up, I'm supposed to go to his music room and we're going to record me singing Nine Inch Nails with his equipment. You know, the voice make me sound good. And I also want to do the song Van Halen Thank You, because they're two different songs. I want to see it lyrically if I can do it. That's what that song was for. I'm sure most of us did that. And I know I did. Now I know you did. Yeah, if you got points for writing a song that people have sex to, that one's up towards the top. Got 99 out of 100 points. At least for our generation. And probably subsequent generations, because sex is eternal. And it always sells. So there are some consistencies in life. Damn, that's cool. Doing that move right there, just cracked my upper back. Oh, that felt good. What are you looking at, Jin Jin? Silver. So what do you guys want to talk about? I ran out of shit to talk about. Don't throw up the link, because I'll get a fucking strike for playing any songs. Some of those guys are real picky about you playing their song and not paying them first. Matter of fact, guy next door actually is hooked up with a couple larger music companies. He actually does these things, beats, I think it is. He like does these rhythmic sections, like a beat, I guess. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but there'll be like a 3-second rhythm, and he actually creates those and like somehow gains ownership of them and markets them and has such a network that Sony actually sends him royalty checks for some of his, I guess they're called beats, that he's got rights to or whatever. Okay, which one do you want? Striker, Silver, Cleo, Platina, Harley, Gandalf, Dixie, Ginger, Shadow. Oh, that's it. I only got 9. Yeah, every now and then I smoke too much weed. You know, I have throughout the week. I like on George Gammon or something. They'll say some stuff, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's a good subject to jump on and talk about," but I don't remember it. And at the time, I'll even be in chat saying, "No, this, hey." I'll be like on it in chat, but then like, when I go to my live stream, I'll have forgotten it. But yet I'll have made great points. Or to be as smart as you're stupid. I got a lot of shit going through this head, bro. I got a lot of shit going through this head. You only got one kitty? But trust me, brother, I only had one kitty when I had 4 dogs. And her name was Persia. She had to be put down. I've got her ashes right up here. Right there are her ashes in a box. And I didn't, I was hurting because I had her for like 11 years. And all of a sudden, Angel, outside kitty that you see some of my videos about, gray cat. I opened my door one day and she given birth to 3 kittens. I just opened my door and they were right there. I was like, okay, well, that's not a safe spot. And I have a little alcove before you go to my front door. It's like you come in from one direction, then you turn to my front door, and there's some other storage space and open air. So I moved and make a house for them right there. And it was Gandalf, Harley, and Kimmy, their sister. Kimmy actually died in my arms. I took her to the vet. She had like heart issues. Her heart didn't form properly. And there was nothing they could do. And as I was bringing her home, she actually died as I was holding her. It was kind of traumatic for me. So that right there guaranteed that I was going to take Gandalf and Harley. It was because their mom gave birth. She obviously wanted me to take them. She knew I'd give them a better life. Lord knows I got a better life. And then I got Ginger from the lady across the street who was moving into an old folks home, and she couldn't keep her. So I was like, okay. And I had those 3. And I wanted a black cat. And I was able to catch Shadow when he was a baby, so I kept him inside. Oh, let me sequence here. And then I wanted a black and white one. Dixie came along, so I brought her in when she was a baby, because I adopted out like 18 kittens over a 1.5-year time period. I adopted them out, but I kept the ones I wanted, or the ones that were born, like Chloe and Platina were born not in my front yard, not on my front door, but the mom, like 30 feet away, gave birth to them, and she kept them there. So I caught all of those, and Chloe and Platina I kept, and her 3 siblings went off to be adopted. And then Cleopatra, their mom, I was able to capture her and get her neutered so she wouldn't drop off any more kittens. So yeah, that's why I've got about 18 outside cats I take care of, because after you get them spayed or neutered, they lose their will to hunt and live on their own as like survivors. They lose that instinct and they are like dependent. So if they don't get food from people, they go off and just die. And that's disgusting and sick. So I'm not going to have anything to do with that. So I feed them. And that's how I got so many fucking cats. Because of my morals. Because I understand that God put all these creatures down us. We're supposed to be caretakers. And that's cool. We should be caretakers. But see, dogs aren't wolves. God made wolves. Man made dogs. Cats aren't lions. They're cats. God made lions, tigers, pumas, panthers, cougars. He didn't make house cats. Humans did. So they are 100% our responsibility. And to deny that as a Christian and not do anything, not that you'll go to hell for no means, but you ain't going to get no blessings for not taking care of your responsibility, is my opinion on that. And that's why I don't talk religion to a lot of people. And that's why I help animals. Because humans have choices. We have a government system. You have EBT, you have unemployment, you have social services, you have volunteer health groups, Catholic charity services. You have so many services out there for people. Can you think of one service that helps cats and dogs that actually works? I can't. And I've been saving them for 40 years. And I've met a lot that thought they could and proved them wrong, like I do most things. Yeah, it's good stewardship, man. You know, it fucks with your life, but it's the right thing to do. I mean, it's changed up everything for me as to what kind of house I'm going to buy in Alabama and the expense of me taking my shit back from here to there. Now, instead of just getting up, man, trust me, I showed a picture of a house for $90,000. It was beautiful, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, fucking perfect. Too small a lot for outside cats. My inside cat's not a problem. They just stay inside, so I could get any house. But I have to accommodate 13 to 15 outside cats that I'm going to be bringing with me. So I need 2 to 3 acres, So that changes up my life significantly, but it's a responsibility that I recognize because of my self-teaching. You don't learn this shit unless you go to theater, preacher school. You're not going to learn this shit. You got to do your own research. I do a lot of research, and with knowledge comes responsibility. That's a good way to put it. That's how long ago we converted them from wild lions, tigers, and pumas to kittens and kitties. Humanity. And you can devoid yourself of responsibility by thinking it's not yours. And I could be totally wrong. We could all go in front of God and God say, Neil, you were stupid. Those things don't have souls. But yet in the Bible it says they do. So therefore, I think I'm right. Who do we blame? We don't blame no one. You take responsibility, do what you can where you're at while you're there. That's all you can do. If you think you can do more, go for it. Like I said, Gerald, I got two dogs. I got who's up there? It's Huckleberry and Tiptoes. I had cremated. They're up there with Shiva or with Persia. And then I got Shiva and Cookie Monsters buried in the backyard. There's my other two dogs because I had to put them all down last year. All four of my dogs. So I'm an animal guy. It just so happens whichever one, God pushes on me or, wherever the need's at. Right now, the need's cats. I don't see any dogs running around the street. I used to. That's why I had four. And then obviously that, enough people started being more responsible or however it happened. I don't see as many dogs running around the street. Matter of fact, I see very few. So obviously the needs in the felines right now. So I was shifted over to the feline aid. Yeah, all nighter. When I get to Alabama, I'm actually going to get a dog, and it's going to be the first time in my life that I'm going to get a dog of a breed that I want, and I'm going to get it as a puppy. So it's going to be raised around cats. So it's a guarantee that they're going to get along. Of course, it's going to. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to dog and cat proof the house because I can see a lot of broken vases and shit as they play chase with each other. A big dog running from cats taking a corner, and of course I'm not gonna have any carpeting. So I'll have to throw rugs, but it'll be more fun seeing the cats try and peel out, and their legs just do this because they're on tile, and a dog come along slide. They'll make for great videos. Yes, I'll also re-pick up beekeeping when I get back there because I do plan on wherever I'm at. Another a good reason why I have the extra outside cats. I'm going to get 2 or 3 acres. Well, fruit trees, nut trees, berry bushes are going to be put on that land. It's like a small little food forest. Cats will enjoy it too. So yeah, it'll all work out. But the fact that the housing prices are going down is the fact that I'm going to be getting a job the last 3 or 4 months is even better because working out here, I can get a guaranteed pre-approval for $125,000. They'll look at that and go, well, fuck, man, that's only like 40% of one of your week's paychecks. Yeah, you're pre-qualified for that. That way I'll look and then the house drops to 90 and I'll be like, oh, I'm pre-qualified for 125. I'll take that 90 in, make 3 or 4 payments in 1 month, move out there. I'll be so far ahead, keep throwing payments down on it, get my early retirement coming in, have it hooked up to where I don't have to worry about making any more payments because it'll do it directly for me and I don't have to think about it. Do the same for my power bills, have it all paid off. Oh, that's another great thing. I'll earn another retirement credit from this job I'll be taking here shortly, which will get me an extra $65 a month, like my retirement. It's about a third of $800. Because you only get half your retirement if you retire early. Actually, no, it'll throw it up to 800. Okay, yeah, no, taxes and shit like that, it'd be 750. So you have to throw it over 800. Unless taxes go away, then it'll be more like 900. Either way, it's a good thing. And then from there, I'll be close enough to do my lightning crystal thing and start working with the state of Alabama and other avenues to start my catamaran design I'm going to get built. Along with other things that'll be going on in that state. And then I got this kick-ass patent I'm going to get. It's a litigation patent. It fills a safety loophole that's in the system for ANSI and OSHA right now with their ladder safety litigation wise. They have one hell of a litigation loophole that every year there's about $10-15 million worth of litigation on just this one safety area that they left a loophole for. And I have come up with something that it's an actual physical device that can be used to record stuff, which closes that loophole in that area of safety for litigation that costs over 10 years. It's over $100 million every 10 years is wasted in lawsuits in this one specific area. So I'll get a patent for that, and then I'll sell that. And light and crystal shit going on. Throw the money to catamaran design. Also, I'm gonna build my permanent, because I have a concept prototype of my mobile apiary system. I'll be throwing probably however much I need to getting a permanent model of that done, so that way I can get it out and have people start using it, keeping records showing how much money it makes them, how much it costs them, how much time they're at, where did they find the farms at, and start building a network, because that's an industry that's going to build up slow because no one's got it going. And there's a lot of new farms, 5, 10, 15, 50 acre farms build up, and there's no network for beekeepers. Hey! For beekeepers' pollination of these smaller farms that are coming up. So that whole network's got to be built up. And I'll be able to do some networking to help that along through. They're probably going through like the Food and Drug Administration and their registered farms, and having like emails sent to these people and asking questionnaires and shit like that. And I'll be able to build somewhat of a network. But that's going to take a while for that one. And that's going to be, I'll probably have to hire someone to do all that shit. But eventually that'll make a lot of money, because according to the numbers that I ran, it's between, depending on how aggressively you run that business, if you have one of my mobile apiaries that has 10 beehives in it, you should be able to make between $80,000 to $125,000 a year with tax deductions for moving, gas, mileage, shit like this, to where your taxes be hella low too. But now they're getting rid of taxes, so I got to relook at that. I got to that changes the math on everything, because now, anyhow, it's none of your concern. I'll figure it out. It does mess up a lot of figures for the way they run business right now. Well, the great thing about bees in my system, and I actually have a video. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'll show. Let me see. I need to get into, where do I need to go? I need to go to videos. I need to go saved. Nope. No, hold on, wait. Mine. There we go. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It shows it right there. Hold on, guys. I'm looking for a specific video. It shows. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay, here, show you. Let me go to share screen. There we go.
Video have asked us about this system. We have it in open configuration right now. As you can see, bees are still bringing in honey. Not honey, actually, but what will be honey. Pollen in the hair.
What's up, Knackers?
Lots of activity. Fold the wings down on the side. It helps protect from wind and also in mobile transportation. We open the top up, give ourselves room to get inside.
And yes, there's our bees flying around my head right there.
Here. And you enter into a pretty bee-free zone. As you can see out here, there's tons of bees flying around. Tons of them. There's 1, 2 flying around in here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how, well, we take care of them like everyone else takes care of them. Come in here. And as you can see, our bees, because the system we use, our bees are so cool with us. We don't even need to mess around. These guys here are doing good. let's see here. Let's check this hive out. And as you can see how I turn around, what I do is, oh, these guys here look like they're doing real good. We might have to get some honey off these guys. It's November 4th. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I wasn't
Maybe I should have
anticipating
brought my
having
hive
that
tool.
food down.
These guys here are really rocking the Casbah. Look at this. Ooh, get a good glimpse of this one. Look at these babies go.
And
This is the honey super.
in
These
November,
babies are making honey for us right now. Isn't that just lovely? So I'm gonna leave them alone because they're looking kind of busy right now. Come on, get back up in there. I don't want to squish any of you guys. So let's see how these guys are doing. We got several on the top here. As you can see, this is double with no honey super because I don't know why we don't have a honey super on these, but we don't. We will. It's all good. The bees are thriving. As you can see,
more bees came out.
they're loving their life.
I opened it up.
And again, if I wanted to take this box off, all I would have to do.
This is the cool part.
Get out of there, babies. Get out of there. Don't want to squish you. Go back. All I would have to do is pick the box up, turn it around, and set it here. This motion. Very easy to maintain. As you can see, the bees actually love this system. I have yet to be stung. And if you want to take a look at this, I'm actually pushing them back into their hole so I can not hurt any of them as I put the brick back on top. There we go, guys. And the bees love this system where the hot air gets shot out here, cold air, cooler air comes in through here. This is our internal. Comes in this way. It's also how we clean it out. Nothing needing to be cleaned out right now. The cooler air.
We have screen bottoms.
Comes in through this bottom.
So they self-ventilating.
And they
hive
regulate
system.
up to 5 to 6 degrees temperature. And it comes pushing out here with the wind not hitting them because of their sides. Perfect system for bees. Thank you for watching this video. More to follow.
Yeah. There's a whole system of setting your bees in a warm fashion or cold fashion, meaning the length of them to the width of them. If you set them side by side this way, they share heat. If you set them because they're rectangular kind of sort of hives. So if you set them this way, they don't share heat. They actually waste their heat. So if you stick them all inside a trailer like what I had, and there's 5 hives beside each other on each side of the trailer, and it's an enclosed trailer, you have 10 101 degree heaters sharing heat inside an enclosed area. That's where you have to add, that was just my prototype, my concept prototype. The finished model is going to be a permanently enclosed trailer. So I can have 2 dehumidifiers, because if I have the bottoms open up where the wind comes in, the cold air comes in, the hot air goes out, a bee to make honey, it deposits its honey into the comb. It's at a 3-degree angle. That bee will stay there for hours, flapping its wings, taking it from about 90% humidity down to about, I think, 3 or 5% humidity, and then they'll cap it. So they waste a lot of their life doing that. So if you have it in an enclosed system and you have dehumidifiers, you're actually helping the bee not do as much work by pulling that humidity out of the air, consolidating it in the dehumidifier. The extra water goes down through a tube and spritzes and feeds the mushroom system that's going to be on the bottom side. And because they have screened bottoms, as they come in and out, they'll be able to see the mushrooms, so that they'll have the availability to hit the mycelia network and get the dew off of the mycelia network, which turns on their immune system, which keeps them healthier. So it's a whole ecosystem that I've made that helps the bee out. And the biggest part of it is a lot of, if any of you guys are beekeepers, know that mold and mildew inside the Langstroth system hive is a big problem, because the only way the bees pull in air in the Langstroth system hive is an opening that's about that tall and the length of the fucking hive, which is like 11 inches or something like that. It's a very inefficient ventilation system for a creature that produces a high humidity in drying out its honey to be capped. one main reason why I redesigned the whole hive system to make it more beegonomic, and I made develop the word beegonomic because I spent years learning how they do it wrong and how the bee would probably, if I was a bee, would I like it better this way or that way was my thought pattern, and I came up with that whole system. And I've got other videos that show the screen bottom being able to be lit down, so that way you can clean out their dead and everything else. And because it's screened, when they go to clean themselves, they don't clean off the varroa mite, and it hit the bottom of the Langstroth hive, and then they got to drop down and walk right through and re-pick up that freaking varroa mite before they go out. It's like the stupidest freaking system in the world. So I developed this I call the Sutherland system, added 6 inches to the bottom of the hive to where the comb, the frames are 6 inches away from the bottom. So anything that falls, it's not even close to the hive. And if it's a screen bottom, it falls out of the hive. Now you have a cleaner hive. And if you take humidity out from this honey super, if you live in Florida, you know what it's like to be in a high humidity area. It's not pleasant. You want to turn on an air conditioner. But the bees don't have that option because the beekeeper never thought of it. Well, I did. That's why I want to do an enclosed trailer system and have dehumidifiers, because that'll pull that humidity out so the bees won't have to work as hard. So they'll spend more time getting honey or getting pollen to make honey. So it's basically a Tesla idea, or Gerald R. Ford's idea of not Gerald Ford, the guy who came up with the assembly line, Model T assembly line. It's their way of making it faster for the worker to do their job. And that's how I looked at the beehive and my system. And I found through my studies that, and you can see when a bee might land near you or whatnot, you look at its wings. If its wings are torn, it's about a 12-week-old bee, and its wings are torn because it spends so much time flapping them to dehumidify the honey before they can cap it. So if you can elongate the bee's life and shorten its workload, you're going to get a longer lived bee and a more honey production because of it. And a longer lived bee, the queen's still going to produce as much. You're just not, you're not losing as many every month. So your hive size grows exponentially. Each box of bees is worth $300 if you sell it. So using my system, it encourages a higher growth rate and number rate in your bees monthly, to where once every 3 months, if you have a 10 hive system, you can sell 10 boxes of bees and get an extra $3,000 there. So there's an extra $12,000 a year just on bees by keeping the system running. So basically it's a bonus check for running it properly. The bees will reward you with a higher bee count, for which you don't want to have 20 bee boxes. That's, about 3, and then 2 honey supers is a good one, and you can get a lot of money off of that. But anyhow, that's part of why I got into the bees and changed the bee system. I also found out that elephants are terrified of bees, so I developed a mobile elephant fencing system for the people down in Zambia. They want to save their elephants from going into Zimbabwe where they can get shot, and they're looking for something. And this dumbass college graduate of entomology up at UC Davis came up with some stupid shit. But I came up with a better system. I need to get it deployed down there as well. Save the elephants. Yeah, I'm a great guy. All it takes is a little bit of money. All the technologies out there to make the elephant fencing system. Is just combining it together with the knowledge I gained in the study of bees, and boom, mobile elephant fencing system. They have some societal problems down that way that add some intricacies to it, but that's a problem they need to get over. The system works and it'll do what they want it to. I just need some money. I was supposed to have gone down there in 2012 through Nisefu Wildlife. They got a $30,000 grant from SeaWorld in San Diego, and it was for a bee project, my bee project, and they were supposed to have flown me down to Africa to deploy it. And instead, I found out later, they had a business of a safari business, and so they took that $30,000 bee grant and bought a safari jeep for their safari business, and they just came up with some beehives to show SeaWorld that they did it, and it was not a good product, and it failed. So they made me look like an ass, and they got $30,000, and I was unable to go down there. So now we're looking at 12 years later. I'm still not down there because those assholes fucked me over so hard. You can check it out. I got the emails, so I can prove it. So I got to do it on my own, and Lord knows I ain't come up with an extra $30,000 yet. But as soon as I do, because my bee system down there can actually change GDP. It can actually, my beekeeping system down there can add 30% to the GDP of Zambia because of the unique scenario they're in. And I can also prove that through documentation from UN scientists that have gone there and done experiments and using their numbers of what they discovered. And my invention with the mobile apiary system, it opens up a whole shitload of business for those guys. It would increase their GDP by like 20% for the country. And then I saved their elephants too. Fuck, man, they're going to throw statues up when I get down there and deploy all this shit. And that's how you get notoriety to sell lightning crystal artwork too. You do shit like that, you get national attention. And then if you have a product to sell, you just put your hand up like this as your osmium ring is right there. Oh yeah, I sell osmium jewelry too, as you're telling the world about your neat invention. No, they don't make honey. How they do honey infused, weed infused honey is they actually, human infuses the honey. Bees don't fuck with weed, and they don't fuck with grapes either. So they, they just don't. It's not a plant that they fuck with. The flower yields them no food. And the only way, actually, Chad, the only way you'll get seed from a weed plant is if you have a male plant, or if part of one of your plant turns males, and it takes about 6 hours. I actually do that. I have seeds. You can feminize, guaranteed female seed, your own plant if you know the procedure to do it. I'm going to do it this year, actually. So that way when I leave, I'll have a couple thousand feminized seeds I won't have to worry about. But you take and you stress one limb as its early stage of bud, about, let's see, end of August, beginning of September, maybe, out here anyhow. That, you know, a good 6 to 8 weeks before you cut it down, you stress out one of the limbs, and it'll turn male. It'll turn male real fast. Problem is, if you don't isolate it, all your plants are getting seeds, and it's not going to be guaranteed female because you can't guarantee pollination. So it could be male and female seeds, so you just fucked your whole crop. But if you isolate these two plants off by themselves, and you get one limb of one plant to turn male, and you have both these plants in a contained environment to where the wind won't blow the pollen out, and then you instantly, once you see the male part come up, you just basically cut it off so it doesn't do it anymore, and then you just allow those plants to go through, and they will seed. And both of them, the reason why I say two, because last time I did it, I had one style of plant and another style of plant that I wanted to crossbreed for the last time, which is the solid seed I have now. And I want to breed another one, so I'm going to do that again, so that way I have 3 seed types when I leave the state, and I don't have to buy seeds. They're like 12 to 20 bucks a pop, female feminized seeds, and I can make them. So it's like gold. I can find gold, so why buy it? You know, I can fucking make feminized fucking weed seeds. Why buy them for 12 to 20 bucks a pop? I can make several thousand of them in one season. I can make probably $2 million in fucking feminized seeds in one fucking growing season. As soon as it becomes federally legal, it's another business I might be in. Making money off of getting high, baby. definitely have to go on Cheech and Chong show at that point in time. I'm not sure who Lamb is. Is that someone from the Good Morning Stackers? For which are Rallying Actors, and also Pete Repeat when he comes in here every now and then. You see him. He is also on Good Morning Stackers. It's an Australian show. Comes on 2:30 Pacific time here in the United States. So clock adjusted for whatever time zone you're in. It's called Good Morning Stackers. He's gives some good technical analysis of lots of things and answer questions, and takes occasional charts requests. He'll chart shit out using Fibonacci and some other very well respected pathways of charting stocks, basically, if you're into that kind of stuff. So what else are we going to talk about? I have not heard anything more on those rocks that produce oxygen 6,000 meters underneath the sea. I am almost positive we're going to see all kinds of new science and technology off of that crap. That I'm surprised it's not made fucking Frontline news, actually. Because they used to, I hope like they're changing the freaking school books to not tell the lie or teach the lie to children that photosynthesis is the only way to create oxygen. Because we just discovered last year, I've done 2 or 3 shows on it myself, proving that there's another way to create oxygen. One we didn't know about till last year. That's why there's going to be a lot of technology coming from it. New discoveries always bring new tech. Also, I think I did a little short on a magnetic generator with this company, and this is a very simple thing to do. It's the way they make railguns or high-speed trains, magnetic trains like they have in Japan. You have magnets that are like, their magnetic waves are offset just a little bit, and then you throw something on it, and as that thing goes on it, if you've got 2 of them going like this, it like jets it faster and faster and faster along. It makes a good railgun. Or if you did a small one and it had 50 pennies, and you have fucking like a couple magnets, maybe 5 small magnets, you could probably get some good velocity, and you could make a penny gun. I already forgot what I was talking about, the velocity thing with the magnets, so that's why I ran off pennies. Living Adamant, yes, okay. Doubt I'll ever make it to Australia. You guys are like literally halfway around the world. A little less than halfway around the world. But damn near. If I was going to the west coast of fucking Aussie, it'd be halfway around the world. Well, probably 8 to 9/10 way around the world, shall we say. I think probably Indian Ocean area would be halfway around the world. It's hard to think of a sphere and know that where you're at and try and draw a line mentally through and find out where it goes. But anyhow, that's neither hither nor thither. Well, I'll be doing another little short video of the backyard. I moved a lot of shit around, got a lot of crazy shit going on, a little different with the walkway system and stuff. I cleaned up a lot more of the dirt. Still have some to get rid of, but it's looking a lot better. And classing up the backyard to make it one of the nicer looking backyards, just like my front yard. It's one of the nicest looking front yards. I'm getting some competition. This new guy moved in across the street. He's been throwing some fucking money at his shit. His yard's... The only problem with him is he thinks linear. He likes straight lines, and that doesn't make for good gardens. Not if you have a small space. It's really, I mean, it can, but it's limiting because you have to appreciate the linear beauty of the math of the way things runs out. And in my opinion, it doesn't make for a good landscape. And you'll see tomorrow when I do my little short on the walkway, like it's like organized chaos walkway. There's nothing here about it. I even have when I set the retaining stones, I set them off at a 3-degree angle from square. It's just because I didn't want it to be perfectly linear. I think a little bit of chaos is awesome, especially organized, controlled chaos. It makes for a more interesting everything. All right, well, they're out of topic, guys. What do you want to talk about? I mean, you hear Dixie out here meowing like a little crybaby girl. What are you meowing at? I swear to God, I'll try and write shit down as the next couple of days. If I see good topics that I want to talk about, I'll try and write it down so that way I'll be able to remember it for Sunday's show. And maybe be able to talk about some shit. Yeah, but she kind of sort of got your own problems there, Knackers. Now you just brought something up that I can talk about. What are you guys thinking about those Chinese ships and their live fire impromptu off the east coast of Australia, where you had to change your fucking plane routes, commercial plane routes, and you guys figured out you don't have a fucking navy to defend yourself if you get attacked from two sides? What's the feelings of the Australians on that, or the sentiment of the Australians on that action that just happened over the past couple of days? Knackers, are you guys going into military build mode and building some more ships and even talking about that? That kind of thing's typically is the type thing that changes military spending budgets. I know we're changing out in Japan. The USS America aircraft carrier this year is built in the 60s for the Taiwan. Okay, the America aircraft carrier is getting pulled out of Japan, and the Ticonderoga of the Ticonderoga class of aircraft carrier is being moved in. And like I said, the America class of aircraft carrier was built in 1964-ish, and the Ticonderoga was built in 2008. So we're actually upgrading Japan's American Defense Force significantly, because the Ticonderoga has a squadron of F-34s to where the USS America didn't. It was like a 60 or 70-year-old warship, and the one we just sent them is like 15 years old. So a lot more advanced. And also, Japan just fired missiles at Russian warplanes just 2 days ago. I was going to do a story on it. I was like, why are they fucking with Japan? You know, the only reason why the fucking China is because we kicked Japan's ass. The only reason Russia is Russia because we kicked Japan's ass. Because when we cut Japan loose to defend themselves, they tend to be able to take over Russia and China historically. I'm just looking at past couple thousand years. Japan's kind of fucking owned China. I'm just saying, you know. So I don't see why these boys are fucking with Japan. There's a lot of history there that tells them they're fucking up. So when Japan's airplanes fire missiles at Russian war jets because they got too close. They didn't enter their property. They just got a little too close. So the Japanese said, hey, let's just fire some missiles to let them know that we're fixing to kill them. It's like Russia back upward. These people who tell you shit on YouTube about the world, most of them are freaking ignorant. Yes, I do, knackers. You guys you need to increase your economy right now and do some real serious hiring and support infrastructure, renovating and updating, and build yourself about 8 or 10 war vessels. So that way you can have maybe 2 fleets, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, instead of just like 4 ships, 5 ships, not even a fleet. That would be the best thing you guys could do, in my opinion. That would change the whole Indo-Pacific discussion, because India would very much love to see that happen. That would like checkmate China. India would have no fucking issue with China whatsoever via waterway. If they could guarantee that you guys could secure the fucking island chains to the northwest of the Indonesian island chain, along with the Philippines and Vietnam, that would like set it, because there's only one navigable shipway that the Chinese can get their submarines out of the China Sea into the Indian Sea. Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. That's why I was saying you guys need to build about 12 boats. That way you have at least 2 small fleets of 8 boats that are steel. I don't mean to diminish, degrade, or anything. Australia is a great place. You got a fucked up government, but your land's great. It's like California. You guys are like California. Beautiful place. Government sucks ass. Land's beautiful. Business could be better if you change your government. Taxes would be better if you change your government. Your business would be better if you change the government. Your freedoms would be better if you change the government. All those things I say about California too. So it's not unique to Australia. We actually are worse than you. We sold out to China here in California. We actually cleaned up San Francisco just so the Chinese president could see it clean, while we have to see it dirty forever, because apparently our tax dollars don't work unless there's a foreign leader coming in. And street cleaners don't work unless some other emissary from some asinine country comes. Then they'll work the street sweeping cleaning system. Everything will work. But that seems to be the only time that our tax dollars work. It's kind of sort of fucking amazing. But hey, I asked too many questions. Just imagine if I wasn't stoned. I'd be fucking writing letters with letterheads of fucking judges. Because I know how that game's played too. If you know someone who's a judge, they've got these things. I don't know how well versed you guys are on this. But there's letterheads. They've got special clear papers that have actually their judge so-and-so district blah 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 at the top. It's called a letterhead. You can get some of those and then write letters to local senators or county officials or stuff like that on complaints or policy changes or stuff. It gets more attention from who you're sending that letter to. It's got a letterhead from a judge or a infamous or famous law firm. Yeah, the one thing you guys got, dude, knackers, is if someone invades you guys, say China invades with all your open space, say they land on the north and they move in 100 miles inland and just to bunker down the first night, half of them would be dead from the spiders, the snakes, the scorpions, and everything else you got there. And they would wake up and freak out because half the dudes would be dead from the indigenous species. You got that for you. You guys need to go to watch this story I did today. Yeah, I got something to say, like, but what's it? Who is that? AC/DC? I got something to say. It's better to burn out than fade away. All right. Now I got that song in my head. Yeah, we're talking about all kinds of crazy shit. Right now, we're talking about the lack of the Navy of the Australian government and how hopefully how they'll change directions on that one. Because it damn sure would add to the stability of the world if you guys allowed your government to cut the strings to the Speedos that they put on and drop them fucking nuts and use them. Maybe get your gun rights back. That'd be cool. It's asking a lot though from that social. You guys follow England too closely with your government structure, which is kind of bizarre knowing your history that you would want to keep that as a penal colony. I think that I would think that would be the last governmental system you'd want to follow. But I'm not Australian. I'm American. Where we say, hey, you know what? Fuck you. Sorry. That's why I'd never live in Kentucky. I saw 4th of July fireworks, bonanza, whatever the fuck you want to call it. There was this one valley, and they waited till night, and this whole town got together on this one side of the valley. You know, valley looked like this. It was kind of steep. There was a road along the side here. You know, they all stopped and set up, and they all shot their weapons to this side of the valley. They waited till nighttime. This was kind of freaky. Okay, I was in the 91 war. I've seen night fire by lots of people at the same time. It was kind of cool. These motherfuckers opened up with 50 caliber, 30 caliber, all kinds of fucking shit. They lit up that whole valley. When that dude said, all right, fire, it was like this whole side of the valley lit up with like lights going to the other side of red and green tracers. It was like thousands of them. There's so much fire. I was like, holy shit. If you were on the other side of the valley, I'd hate to piss off that county. Let me tell you that. You have a good one, Gerald. Yeah, I'm going to end this. Seems like everyone's leaving anyhow. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you guys for showing up. And I hope I was entertaining. And see you Sunday. Have a good week till then. Be the best you can be till then.